Yes, madam. Recording అవుతుంది madam.
Okay. Today we will discuss about data mining and the concepts, a multi-dimensional data model, data mining and warehousing subject. Okay, multi-dimensional data model and data warehouse architecture. A multi-dimensional data model is a vast concept to be discussed, and data warehouse. Please turn off your mics. Data warehouse architecture is an important thing. How the data warehouse will be, what are the contents that are involved, concepts that are involved in data warehouse architecture. Okay, so let us start with the multi-dimensional data model. A multi-dimensional data model. Multi-dimensional, which means for a table we are having two dimensions, right? Two dimensions. What are the two dimensions we'll have? Do we have a table contains a two-dimensional data? What kind of data does a table contain? What do you mean by multi-dimensional data model? What do you mean by that? Let us know what is a multi-dimensional data model. Last class, in the last class, we have discussed about OLAP. What is the full form for OLAP? Online Analytical Processing. Okay, so all the OLAP tools are based on the multi-dimensional data model, like our data warehouse. So a data warehouse and the OLAP tools are based on this multi-dimensional data model. What is a multi-dimensional data model is this particular data model, a multi-dimensional data model views the data in the form of cube. It views the data in the form of a cube. How many sides does a cube have? Those many dimensions the data can be viewed. Okay, two-dimensional, three-dimensional, four-dimensional. So the number of dimensions does a cube has, those many dimensions the data can be viewed. That is why we are calling it as multi-dimensional. Okay, so data warehouse contains a huge amount of data, and that huge amount of data can be viewed through the cube model. So cube structure shows all varieties, all dimensions of the data. Okay, so now we are going to learn how data cubes model this n dimensional of data. How the n dimensional of data can be represented in the form of a cube. Okay, what are the hierarchies that are involved? What are the OLAP operations? We are telling OLAP technology also uses this multidimensional data model. What does the OLAP operations involved? All those things we are going to learn today. So before that, usually when we are talking about a multi-dimensional data model or the cube technology that is used to view the data in the form of cube, multi-dimensional data represented in the form of cube, we use it to represent the data in the form of table. What does a table contain? A table contains rows and columns. Rows, columns are nothing but the data elements, we can say. So columns are the data elements, whereas the rows gives the records of the data. The data is represented in the form of records. Those are obtained from the rows of a table. So this table structure, how the data used to be stored, the data will be stored in the form of rows and columns. So the data cube gives the multiple dimensions of the data. So what is it? We will know when we go further. So the first concept, from tables and spreadsheets to data cubes. So the data used to be represented in the form of tables. Then we were using the spreadsheets to represent the data or to store the data. And now we are talking about the cubes. Okay, so first let us know what is a data cube. A data cube, what is a data cube? A data cube allows, a data cube allows data to be, allows allows the data to be viewed allows the data to be viewed or modeled in multiple dimensions. In multiple dimensions. Okay, so a data cube such as cells, the cells can be of it can be involved of different types of data. So what does the data cube? It will allows the data to be modeled and viewed, modeled and viewed in multiple dimensions, not in one dimension. If there are, if there are so many data items involved in your database, or in your particular data that you are taking in your from your data warehouse, as many number of columns, I can say it will be a what do we say, informal word to be using column, but using the column I can clearly say that as many number of columns are there, those many number of views it contains. So those many number of views can be produced using the data cube. Okay, so it allows the data to be represented or to be shown or to be modeled, designed in multiple dimensions, the data cube. Okay, so a data warehouse is based on the multi-dimensional data model which views data in the form of data cube. So this data warehouse, this is entirely based on the data cube, because the data cube alone provides the multi-dimensional data model. I think you're cleared what is a data cube and why data warehouse is connected to cube. Why are we talking about the data cube? Okay, for example, in general terms, we can say that dimension, we are telling multi-dimensional. Dimension, we are talking DIMENSION. Dimension, we are talking. What is it meant by dimension? I will say dimensions are the perspectives. Dimensions are the perspectives. Perspectives or entities. In data warehouse, we have learned about entity. What is an entity? An entity can be a place, person, or thing, anything, an object. Anything can be an entity. Okay, so the dimension is nothing but the view, the perspective, or the entity with respect to which the data is organized as records, with respect to which the data is organized, with respect to which the organization wants its data to be recorded, or in which way the organization wants its data to be maintained. Okay, for example, let us see here the dimension tables we are talking about. This is item. So dimension tables per item. What does the item contain? It will contain item name, items brand and items type. Or if I take time, time will have the week, month, quarter, year. The time can be maintained in different views, different perspectives for the time to be maintained. Likewise, an item can be maintained in different perspectives. Whereas fact table, what does the fact table contains? This dimension tables contains the data in this form. Whereas fact tables contains the dollars, the number of, it will show the items in the form of number of items sold, number of dollars sold. What is the what are the items? How many items are sold? So what is the amount that we gained after selling those items? You know, like that. And keys to each of the related dimensions table. So fact table contains the number of items and also the keys, whereas the dimension table contains the items, one particular items, one particular attributes information to be maintained in different forms like this. Okay, so here we are providing an all electronic database. See, this all electronics database, like I said in the first class, this is the all electronics database we are going to be repeatedly mentioning, because this all electronics database contains the data about one particular organization. This all electronics database contains the customer information. So it contains the customer database. It next item database. Next, it contains the employee database. Next, it contains the branch, or simply we can say these are the tables. A database is nothing but a collection of tables, right? So it contains the customer table, it contains the item table, it contains the employee table, it contains the branch table, it contains the purchases that are made in the organization. So purchase table. Okay. Next, number of items sold. So how many number of items sold? So items sold is another table. Okay. Next, where this organization works at. Likewise, there are all these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Altogether, this particular organization, all electronics database, contains these 7 number of tables. So this all electronic database we are going to use in our particular example. Every time we are going to refer to a particular database, we will be referring to all electronics, which contains customer table. What does the customer table contains? Customer table contains customer ID. Let me explain this to you using a word file. Word file will be better, I think, to represent the data in the form of tables, right? Let me tell you this. So here, the 2D view for the database is maintained. So we are talking about all electronics database. All electronic database, it contains the data that are needed for an example throughout in this textbook. Okay, so there are different tables I said. The first table is the customer table. Second one is items table. Third one is employee table. Fourth one is branch table. Next one is purchase table. All these are tables. Next one is items sold. Next one is work set. So these are the 7 tables. So what does the customer table contains? The customer table contains the information like it will contain more than 7. For our convenience, we are going to take some around 7 columns which contains the customer ID. Okay. Second one contains the name of the customer. Third one contains the address of the customer. Fourth one contains the age of the customer. Next column contains the income of the customer. Next one is the credit information about the customer. Okay. Next one is the category. So likewise, there are so many, a number of rows, a number of columns I can say. The 10 value is not defined. So the customer table contains information about the customer. For example, C1 is the customer ID. Name of the customer is some, I will say Alex. Okay. Address is some 123 HYJ. Okay. The age of the customer is 31. The income of the customer is some around, since it is a US database, it will contains the data to be stored in the form of dollars only, some 78,000. Credit information is some 1. The category is some 3. Likewise, the customer table contains information about the customer. Likewise, the item table also contains the information about the item ID, item name, what is the brand of the item, category of the item, type of the item. Likewise, items also contains. Likewise, employee table contains the employee details. Likewise, this all electronics database contains the information about particular all electronics database, where different types of items are sold and different types of customers are approached to buy those items. Okay, all those information about the items that are sold in this all electronics database, this all electronics organization or company, whatever the products that it sell, those kinds of products information is available from the all electronics database. Okay. So for your reference, I spend my time and telling you this. This is how the all electronics database is maintained. So from this all electronics database, we are going to take a particular information, and that particular information we are going to use in our example. So let us get back. So here we are provided with the two-dimensional view. What is this two-dimensional view? The two-dimensional view of the sales data. So this particular sales data for all electronics database. The sales information is retrieved and it is represented here for our reference. What does this particular two-dimensional data trying to tell us is that the sales data according to the dimensions, time and item, where the sales are from branches located in the city of Vancouver. So it is having multiple perspectives, I say. So multiple perspectives, multiple dimensions. So that dimension is selected to be from the city of Vancouver. So the time and item and the location is Vancouver. So the measures that we are using is number of dollars sold. So here we see the dimensions table and the fact table that contains. So here the fact tables is number of dollars that the item is sold, per number of dollars it gained, and the location is Vancouver. So how the data is maintained here for the location in Vancouver, the time is divided for the 4 quarters. The home entertainment is sold in $605. For quarter 2, $680. For quarter 3, $812. And for quarter 4, $927. Whereas the computer, there are four types of computer items he has selected. In this particular item, first home entertainment system is sold for the corresponding number of dollars, whereas the computer is sold for the corresponding number of dollars. For quarter 1, in quarter 1, it was sold 825, because we are telling, we should tell in advance that how the selling process is carried out. So we are trying to measure the number of dollars that are sold. It can also be taken. We can also say that the measure that we are going to involve, the measure that we are going to identify here should be the number of days. But here the measure we are selecting as number of dollars that are sold. So all these are the measurements. The computer is sold for the 4 corresponding quarters in this corresponding respective number of times. So 825 is the number of dollars, 952 is the number of dollars. Whereas the phones that are sold in quarter 1 are 14, in quarter 2 are 31, quarter 3 are 30, in quarter 4 are 38. Whereas the security systems in quarter 1 400, in 512 in quarter 2, and in quarter 3 501, whereas 580 is for quarter 4. So these are the number of items that were sold in this particular location, Vancouver, in the corresponding time period. In the first quarter, the first row gives, the first quarter information, whereas the second row gives the second quarter information, whereas the third row gives the third quarter information, fourth row gives the fourth quarter information for that particular location. So this is the dimension I have selected. I want only to identify the location. So in that location, there will be many locations. In that, I am going to select only the Vancouver. For that particular Vancouver, how many items are sold? And those, there are many items, and in those many items, I have selected 4 items. Why? How these 4 items are sold in every quarter of that particular time. Okay, so this we are calling it as the 2D view of the sales data. Okay, so the each dimension that the table is associated with, we are calling it as the dimension table. So here it is associated with the location. Okay, which gives 2D view, one particular view with respect to time and location. In that particular location also, time and item. In that time and item, one particular location's information only it is given. That is why it is 2D view and also a dimensional, multi-dimensional data. Okay, the same thing is given for the all electronics database, but in a 3D view. What does the 3D view contains? A 3D view of sales data according to the dimensions time, item, and location. Time, item, and location. So again, the same measure is number of dollars. Okay. So the dollars also in thousands it is given here. Even here it was given in thousands. Nothing means $605,000. Okay, here the location. Here in the earlier thing, we are having the location for only Vancouver, but here the location is having multiple dimensions. You can see here, not only for Vancouver, for Chicago, for New York, for Toronto, and for Vancouver. So altogether 4 locations are selected here, not one single location. And the item is also of different types: home entertainment, computer, phones, security. 4 items, 4 locations. Here 4 times, nothing but Q1, Q2, Q4. Here 4, 4, 4. So multiple dimensions. So the 3D view is provided here. So first, this particular first part of the table contains the Chicago information. The second part, Newark. The third part contains the Toronto. And the fourth part contains the Vancouver. Now, the same information for quarter one, the first row of this particular table gives the information about Chicago, New York, Toronto, Vancouver locations. All items quarter one information. Whereas the second row gives quarter two's information about the home entertainment, computers, phones, and security systems that are sold in the four locations Chicago, New York, Toronto, and Vancouver. Okay, likewise, all the four quarters information will be shown through four records or four rows. So, this is the 3D view. Whereas, look at this, all of you, 3D data cube representation. 3D data cube representation. What does the 3D data cube representation shows? The 3D data cube representation. Here, the cube of three sides are only shown to us, whereas this back side, this left part of the side, and the back part of the side, whereas lower part of the side is not displayed to us. The data in a two-dimensional screen. So the two-dimensional screen card will be able to represent the data in even our textbook is a two-dimensional thing, and our system is a two-dimensional thing. So we cannot see the data in all dimensions. Only the dimensions that are facing us, they can only be displayed. Three views of the data is only provided, hiding the three views of the cube. So a 3D data cube representation according to the dimensions, time, item, locations. As I said, if you have n columns, n views can be provided. Okay, it is possible. So here the same measures the number of dollars sold, and until now we have been using the time, items, and dollars, three dimensions. Those three dimensions and one particular measure dollars sold, same measurements or metrics are taken in order to represent the data in a cube format. So in this cube format, this is the location. This is the location of the Chicago, New York, and Toronto, Vancouver sales information. Whereas these are the quarters Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Okay. Whereas the items, home entertainment, computer, phone, security. These are the four items. Okay. You can see here in quarter one, home entertainment for item location, Chicago. In Chicago, the home entertainment in quarter one is sold to be $854,000. Okay. So this is the home entertainment. The first block here shows the home entertainment. So in quarter one for Chicago, the home entertainment is sold to be $854. Try to read the data that is given in the cube, then you will understand the concept. Whereas for computer, it is 882. For Chicago in quarter one, the computer is sold to be $882,000. So the second field here is the computer. For the computer for Chicago, and in quarter one, the sales that were made were to be $882,000. Likewise, the data cube is representing the data for all the four cities, for all the four quarters, and for all the four types of items. Okay, this is how a cube will be represented. A four-dimensional data cube. You can see the four-dimensional data cube. So what does the four-dimensional data cube? So the four-dimensional data cube representation of same sales data according to the same dimensions, time, item, location. Along with that, another dimension is added and we are calling it as the supplier. Okay, the supplier field is also added here. Since another column or the field is added, I can say it is a four-dimensional data cube. Since only another extra data item is added or the extra column is added here, we are calling it as a 3D view. Here we are calling it as 2D view because we are only having item and time. But here you may ask, ma'am, location is also there, but location for one particular location only we are seeing Vancouver. Location is not added for all the locations, but here in this case, location is added for all four types of locations. So it is also one of the column extra added. So for two-dimensional view, a third column is added. A column I should not use. I should not use column, but I'm just trying to give you an idea. That's why I'm using the word column. So that is why we are calling it as 3D view. Here, 3D cube. 3D cube which contains the three dimensions. I should always say dimension, time, item and location. So this is also three-dimensional view. But whereas here one more column supplier is added here and I'm calling it as four-dimensional data cube. Okay, the same measure data, number of items that are sold, number of dollars sold. Okay, see, for improved readability, only some of the cube values are shown. It is given in our textbook. Only some of the views are shown here. Okay, so here an additional dimension, the fourth dimension called supplier is added. Okay, so here the items in types, whereas quarters are displayed here. The location is given here. Likewise, the background part contains the supplier. So it is little tricky. When we try to view the data in 4D cube, it becomes tricky. But however, we can think of a 4D cube as being a series of 3D cubes. A series of 3D cubes. A 4D cube can be viewed as a series of 3D cubes. A series of 3D cubes. Okay. So likewise, a series of 3D cubes are used to represent a 4D data cube. Likewise, n number of data cubes can be continued to be used. So a n minus 1 data cube will be used to represent the nth data cube. Likewise, a series of 4D data cubes are used to represent the 5D data cube. A series of 5D data cubes are used to represent the 6D data cube. Likewise, a series of 3D data cubes are used to represent the 4-view data cube, the 4-dimensional data cube. Okay. Next, what is a cube? How does a cube stores the data? Look at the diagram, all of you. So, generally, in data warehousing research, one second. Okay, generally in data warehouse research, in the data warehouse research literature, data cube is often referred as the cuboid. It can be represented or referred to as cuboid. Which gives a set of dimensions are given, and for those set of dimensions, uh, we can define or we can generate for each possible subset of the given dimensions. Okay, which will result a lattice of cuboids. So the a lattice of cuboids are generated by a given set of dimensions. Okay, here you see the topmost one is called as the apex of the cuboid or zero dimension. The next level is called 1D cuboid, one dimensional. Second, next level is called 2D cuboids. Next level is 3D cuboid. Whereas the base one is called 4D cuboid or base of the cuboid. Likewise, for any cuboid, the topmost one is called apex, the topmost part. Whereas the last part is called the base. So likewise 0D, 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D. These are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 dimensions of the cuboid. Okay. What does the cuboid contains? The cuboid contains the data in different levels of summarization. We will be using the group by. Why do we use the group by property or the group by method? What does it do? It will try to represent the data or to display data in one particular category. Likewise, it will summarize the data, the cuboid summarizes the data and represented the for each level for the data we represented in a summarization form. See, in the initial level, it will display all the details. And then the time, item, location, supplier. And then again, in this particular view, in the 2D view, 2D cuboid contains the time and the item because the time and item details are represented here. Whereas here, the time and location. Whereas here, the time and supplier, from the time and from the supplier. Whereas this particular level, item and location. So likewise, the data is represented. Multiple dimensions are combined and summarized and they are represented. Okay. So here in this particular lattice of cuboids, we are going to view the 4 dimensions. Time is there. Items are there. Location is there. Supplier is there. So 4 dimensions are combined into multiple dimensions again. Here you see this particular one gives this particular part of the cube gives the information about the time and item. Whereas this is another part. This is another part which gives different dimension of the data. Time and location. Here time and supplier. So likewise, a cuboid gives us the summarization of the information or the data of different dimensions. That is why we are calling it as the lattice of cuboids. Okay. So the lowest level gives the all the 4 levels. All the 4 dimensions details are summarized in the lowest level, which we are calling it as base of the cuboid. Okay. So this particular cuboid, 4D cuboid, is the cuboid that will represent the data in different dimensions. Okay. So the next one is we are going to learn about what are the modeling techniques that we are using to model a data warehouse. There are different models. There is a star schema, there is a snowflake schema. Next, there is a fact constellation schema. Different types of techniques are there to model the data warehouse based on the dimensions and measures. Okay, let us know each one of them. So, what is a schema? You might have learned about the schema. What is a schema? What you can call a schema? Does anyone have any idea about what is a schema? The overall structure of the database is known as a schema. Okay, so generally a data warehouse represents a concise and subject oriented schema which will facilitate the online data analysis. It should have a concise and subject oriented, because a data warehouse is subject oriented, we are telling, isn't it? So it should have a concise, which means that it should be very clear and it should be very flexible. It should be able to be understood, and subject oriented. It should be related to one particular subject. That kind of schema is needed for any data warehouse. If that particular schema is there, then the data will be able to be loaded and they can be used for the analysis, isn't it? So, in conceptual modeling of data warehouse, we are going to discuss about the different modeling methods that are used to construct a data warehouse. Okay, the first one is star schema. What does the star schema says? See, before that we should know what is a fact table, what is a dimension table. What does the fact table gives? What kind of information do we get in the fact table? We are talking about fact table, isn't it? What does the fact table gives? A fact table is nothing but, generally in data warehousing we are using. What does it contains? It contains, a fact table contains the measurements and metrics of the facts. Measurements and metrics, or we can say measurements and facts of a particular process. So what does it contains? What do we call as a fact? Whereas we are calling it, we are also talking about the dimension table. What does the dimension table contains? What does the dimension table contains? So in the earlier concept, we have discussed about the dimension table and fact table. The dimension table gives the information about what kind of dimensions, which means that the structure with which we are going to follow. Here we are taking the item and time. These are the two dimensions we are going to follow in order to construct a particular model, isn't it? So the dimension table gives us a structure. What kind of structure it gives? In which way we have to categorize or organize the data. So here we are going to represent the data or view the data in the form of cube. And that cube has to be two-dimensional, three-dimensional, four-dimensional, or five-dimensional. Which dimension it should be? And the dimensions on which particular, what do we say, way those dimensions should be constructed, or what are the dimensions that are we taking. So those dimensions are decided based on the dimension table. So here we are telling items and item and time are the dimensions. So in item, what are the things that we are going to consider? Item name, brand, and type. Whereas I am telling time. Time is day, week, month, quarter, or year. Out of all these features, for time, I'm taking quarter. Okay. For item, I am taking item name. In that way, I have constructed the 2D view, isn't it? So dimension base gives the category through which we have to proceed, whereas fact contains the measures through which we have to proceed. So the measures we are going to take is dollars sold, number of dollars. So it gives the details about the number of items, whereas it will gives the details the number of dimensions, or number I cannot say, the type of dimensions, name of the dimensions along with the number. So here it gives the dimensions, it will give the count based on which we have to proceed. So those two, fact table and uh, dimension table, both are very much important to us. So in the star schema, a fact table in the middle connected to a set of dimension tables is called star schema. So this we are calling it as the fact table. What does the fact table contain? Here I am taking what are the for the sales table. I am going to consider these are the items I am going to consider. Let me just erase it. So here time, item, branch, time, items, branch. What are these? So a star schema is nothing but a fact table in the middle. A fact table in the middle connected to a set of dimension tables. What does the dimension tables contains? The the dimension table contains the category. What are the categories? Time, branch, item, location. These are the four items or four, what do we say, dimensions for which I am going to consider. Whereas the fact table contains the information about the, what kind of information does the fact contains? What are the features that I am going to select from these things? So here I can say what are the categories I can say, or the keys I can say. In the first, in the earlier slide, we have seen that keys or the amount, total number of items. So here, what am I taking? From the time table, from the item table, branch table, location table, I am going to consider the key items as my fact table. Location key, item key, time key, branch key. So all those keys are considered here. 1, 2, 3, 4 keys. And then units sold. What does the units sold? Along with the keys, the number of units sold that for each particular item, those units are considered. Those measures we will say here. Those measures are considered as the fields of the fact table. So the star schema is a schema which contains the fact table in the middle, to which all the dimension tables are connected. So this is how the modeling of the database can be done using the star schema. Whereas snowflake schema. Snowflake. What does the snowflake? So it is a refinement of the star schema. Is to uh, snowflake schema is the refinement of star schema, where some dimensional hierarchy is normalized into a set of smaller dimension tables, forming a shape similar to a snowflake. What do you mean by snowflake? Snowflake. Do you know the meaning of snowflake? How does a snowflake? Snowflake is nothing but maybe you have seen in the movies. how does the ice will be formed? It is a single ice crystal. Okay. Mm. So, what does the snowflakes contain? Look at this diagram here. They are connected with one another. That we call it as snowflake. Okay. So here it will be like star schema. There will be a middle fact table. Middle table will be a fact table, and all the other tables will be connected to each. Likewise, the snowflake schema also has the fact table in between, but you can see here the time table, branch table, item table, supplier table, and the location table, city. There are different, other than the four tables that we have used here, two more tables are added here. But they are not directly added to the fact table. In the earlier snowflake star schema, the star is constructed. How does a star will be? It will be, the star will be of this. This is the center to which all the other nodes are connected, isn't it? Center node, and to which all the other nodes are connected. So here will be one table, here will be one table, here will be one table. Okay, but here it is, the hierarchy is normalized into a set of smaller dimension table, forming a snow shape or the snowflake shape, isn't it? So here what happens? There is a fact table in the center. There are other tables connected to it. Okay, and from which here is a table from which another table is connected. So the link you see here, from here to here, from here to here, the link goes on like that. So likewise, the snowflake structure we are calling. When the snow falls, how does it fall? From one particular point to another, connecting ends will be there. Okay, likewise. So the fact table contains all the key information of the tables it is connecting. See, here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, I can say 5, 6. 6 tables are there. But the fact table, normally a fact table should include all the key attributes that it is connected with. But it is including only the time, item, branch, and location key attributes. It is not including the remaining tables. Why is it not including? Means the item is connected directly to the supplier. That is why the supplier key is added to item. Whereas city is added connected to the location. That is why the city's key is added to the location. Whereas branch and time are individual. They are not connected to anything. Whereas supplier and city are connected to the item and location tables respectively. So the same old thing, number of dollars sold for that particular item. Okay. Whereas fact constellation schema. So multiple fact tables share dimension tables viewed as a collection of stars. Therefore, it can also be called as galaxy schema. What does our galaxy contain? It contains multiple stars and other things. So here, since there are multiple stars constructed in the fact constellation schema, we can also call it as galaxy schema. So let us see how it will be shown. So here, likewise, the fact table contains the details about time, item, branch, and key. Here you see the construction is like previous construction. Here it is having its corresponding fields, time and branch, whereas item is having its corresponding features. Since location is also having its corresponding features. But here you will see a particular another fact table constructed by the shipping. What does the shipping fact table contains? Time key, which means a connection link is gone to the timetable. Whereas item this item should be connected. Item cannot be directly connected in reverse order by the another fact table shipping. Again, shipper key. Shipper is the table which is connected by the shipping fact table. Next, from location. Location is also connected. So when we connected this, the corresponding key items are also included in the shipping fact table. Okay. So here for the location, we are having two key items from location to location. So generally, this shipping fact table wants it table to be data to be constructed in this particular manner. It wants the both timings, both locations from where it is going to where it is uh, from where it is coming to where it is going. So it wants from and to details, that is it has included two. But here it wants only the key data, that's why it has included key data. It's the database interest, or the one who constructs the database interest, what you to be included in the particular key fields. Here the measurements are dollars cost and units shipped. So you can see the direct from the fact, there are two different fact tables which are connected either to the tables that are existing or new tables. So this is the fact constellation. One star here, this is one star, and this is another star. Multiple stars are there, that is why I'm calling it as fact table. Okay, data cube can be measured into three categories: distributive, algebraic, and holistic. Okay, so what do you mean by distributive, algebraic, and holistic? What do you mean by measurements of the database? What can be, why are we calling it as measurements of database? Why do we need to measure the database? What is the necessity to measure the database? What is the need for measuring the database? Obviously, the data gives us the result. So if the result is given, it should be derived. It should be understandable. Okay. So the database can be derived, and it should be converted into a form which is understandable to the user. So the first one is distributive. So in this distributive, these are the measures that we are, functions that we are going to use: count, sum, minimum, and maximum. Count gives the number of items. Sum is going to find the sum of the items. Min max gives the items, the minimum value of the items and the maximum value of the items. Where these are the algebraic functions. Okay, the algebraic functions that we are going to use is average of the given data items, or the average of the given data. Minimum of n, if the given number of values are there, in those number of values, what is the minimum value? Whereas standard deviation is also another algebraic function that is used to find out the why do we use standard deviation? The standard deviation can also be called it as an average function. Okay. Likewise, a median, mode, rank. All these three varieties of or three categories of measurements are used based on the data that we are going to use. You see, statistical techniques, you must be having an idea about the statistical techniques. In those statistical techniques, we do not have same type of data to be analyzed every time. So based on the type of the data, these three categories of what do we say? Techniques, categories of techniques or methods, measurement methods can be used for the distributive, algebraic, and holistic. Okay, based on the data that we are going to analyze, these types of data are used. Median and average, both are of same, isn't it? Both of them gives the same value, but Based on the data, a specific kind of method is used. Okay. These are all the examples of the how the data is represented. See, conceptual hierarchy, it gives all the data, region of data, country, city, office. In a multidimensional data model, how the data is used. Here, from this particular point of view, all the data is viewed. Whereas here you will see only the Europe related information. Here, the North America information. Likewise, the multi-dimensional view is represented here. Why is it called as concept hierarchy? Means based on one concept, the hierarchical information is represented. Okay, these are all examples of the multi-dimensional data. So we have discussed all these things. So there are roll up, drill down, slice and dice, pivot, and other operations. Drilling across and drill through. These are all the operations, OLAP operations that we are going to use. We'll discuss them in detail in our next class. Okay, here we will summarize the data, roll up, or we can call it as summarize, drill, or we will say roll down. So if the cube is there in multiple views, in that multiple views of cube, how the data is identified. Through roll up or drill up, we can view the data in this direction. Nothing but will summarize the data. Whereas roll down into the database, into the queue, reverse to the roll up operation. Slice and dice. Project and select. Project and select are nothing but in select we will apply this particular select operation for the row wise data retrieval, whereas project operation is used for the column wise data retrieval. Okay. Pivot. If you want to rotate this data cube and view what are the other sides of the data cube, that rotation can be applied using the pivot. Whereas drill across, drill through are nothing but the data base is drilled throughout through the other operations. These are the typical roll-up of OLAP operations. These are shown here. It may not be visible to you. See, here slicing operation is applied, pivot operation, drill down, roll up. These are the operations. Okay. So we'll be discussing the data warehouse architecture in our next class. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Are there any doubts to anyone? Sadia Pandu, now she wants to join. Any doubts?